Test this out without dropping my microphone like an idiot. And where the hell is my camera? There's no camera. I don't see it. Oh, there it is. How is my camera? There's no camera. I don't see it. Oh, there it is. Am I really live? It didn't give me a chance to click the button. Oh my god, I feel like an idiot. All right, good thing I didn't do anything stupid there. They changed YouTube once again. Now when I go live, I don't have a chance to just click start show. That's fun. Reno says go Leafs go. I'm wearing a New York Rangers hat. This is actually a very cool vintage series hockey. It was sent to me by my friend up in New York, who also sent me my original stuff for New York. So I'm in front of the New York, and I spilled bleach on the last one, and I didn't tell him, and I guess I said it on a live stream, so he sent me a note, and it said that kryptonite is to Superman as bleach is to Steven. Stay away from bleach. I felt really bad about that. So that is what that is. And how you doing, everybody? Steven here. I do have my Vegas Golden Knights going on over here. Somebody actually accused my wife of cheating the system and having these made in the Philippines, and I flipped out on them over on the comments last night. It just made me so mad. But you know what? People are going to do what people are going to do. What was really funny about it was that it was somebody who's been in this chat a lot. Like a really nice person who's been in this chat a whole bunch of times. And they were really cool with me. And then they started saying, I doubt you're really making those masks. So do you think we don't make this mask? Or what about this mask? I didn't make this crappy mask. That's a crappy mask. What about this one right here? Did I make that one right there? So why would this be any different? She didn't think we could get the materials. I didn't understand it. But how are you today? If you guys want to check out the face masks, they're at vegasfacemasks.com. There's no S at the end of that one there. We are live right now. We're going to talk about Vegas. Ask me anything on Vegas. Who's in the chat? Sean Smith. Susan is here. Debbie's here. Jeff is here. Ambrosia's here. Reno's here. Martin's here. Alan TMC. Gina. Susanna. Gregory. Stephen Share Lake. Reno says, what's with the Rangers gear? Somebody sent it to me. I'm not going to say no to it. I like all NHL teams in a way. So I'm loyal to my teams, but it wouldn't hurt my feelings if I saw the Rangers get to the finals. I would like the Leafs to get there, Reno, so don't feel bad about that. Mr. Uber's here, Todd's here, Steve D is here, Angel's here, John Arceus is here. Yes, everybody's here, guys. I appreciate you guys being here with me tonight. So there's Suzanne. Yes, Suzanne sent us fudge and a shirt that says get to the chopper. And for the record, I wore that shirt that says get to the chopper just yesterday, actually. When I did my live stream, I showed it off in that live stream, and that was very cool, and I much appreciate that. Thank you so much. So how are you guys doing? Is the Luxor open? Yes, the Luxor is open. I don't think it's closing anytime soon. Cut and Shoot Texas with Jerry's here. Ambrosia's going to get some masks soon. I'm working on getting back to everybody on the masks. Caroline is working on another mask batch to get another batch of masks out. Elizabeth is a fan. Hello, everyone from Massachusetts. I can never say that one right. Did you hear the Sahara is stocking the bar with liquor taken from their rooms? Yeah, Sahara sounds like they're in trouble. Maybe Vital Vegas was onto something. I don't know. What up, Anthony? HD Anthony, what it do for you? Rangers, they got swept. They're out. Yes, Fred, but they are in now the draft lottery. They might get first place. Rangers have a really good fan base, just so you know. They have some fervent fans, even though nobody thinks of New York as a hockey town. Guess what? That logo right there, that's from 1905, my friends, 1905. I think it's 1905. That's the inaugural season of the National Hockey League, the New York Rangers right there. And they kind of kept it the same to this date. What's Vegas look like in mid-October? Any predictions? It will be every day about 80 degrees, and it'll be light darker earlier in the day than it is right now. And I don't know. I know you want my predictions on what I think the city's going to be like at that point. I don't know. I mean, I got to do a news update video because there's a ton of news happening. I thought everybody would really like my cool, slick, edited blog a lot more. So I've been saying this for a while. Somebody said to me in the chat I should just quit my day job. Then I had somebody else today in my chat in the comments. They're like, Steven, I've been watching you for a while. I really like what you do, but don't you think it's wrong to have a GoFundMe and beg people for money with how much money you make? And they're like, what the hell, Misty? Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Misty. I try to use my big boy radio voice. That is so nice. And guys, thank Misty. And thank Susan. Thank you so much, guys. Wow, so much generosity. And I was trying to explain them. If you guys have been watching with me, I'm just going to say this to you right now. You will see that I had to do a GoFundMe back in January because my wife and I were facing not an eviction. It was just this, the homeowners were selling it. And it was the hardest point of my life. And I cried that night. I cried that I was afraid, and I prayed to God, and I said, God, please help me get through this. And I didn't have the support, and I didn't have these chats. I never did nightly chats. And so if you guys see a GoFundMe video, it's okay. I haven't taken it down. I probably should. I want to close the chapter on my life, on that life, you know. Oh, Todd, if somebody sent me a Red Wings hat, I would wear Stevie Y's team to the brim. I watched that team when I was a kid. So when I was a kid in Canada, we had hockey stickers. Hockey stickers. You get a sticker book, usually by like Tops or OPG or something like that. These make hockey stickers, and you buy the stickers at the store. And they'd have gum in them, and you would put the stickers in the book and try to collect all the players. And I remember the Detroit Red Wings were so prolific. All you could get were Red Wings stuff. But anyways, New York Rangers established in 1926. Well, I don't know about that. New York Rangers. I guess you're right. You're probably looking at a Wikipedia. First season. Let's see what the first season of the Rangers they officially played. Yeah, I guess 1928. They're the first U.S.-based franchise. Why did I think they were an inaugural team of the original six? I guess they are the original six, but thank you for correcting the record on me there. I do appreciate when people correct the record on me there. I'm from Idaho, and we're still at fourth stage. Did you hear about the California millionaires fleeing to Vegas, or is this BS? Yeah, there's so much wrong with that in so many ways. Do you guys want to know? I don't know if he talked about it, but there's a whole bunch of residency requirements. There's a lot of residency requirements in that. And if you guys want to know about that stuff, I didn't watch the video. I try not to watch other channels because I will steal their content by accident. It's kind of like when George Harrison wrote Oh My Lord, Oh Sweet Lord, and he basically ripped off a song by another group called He's So Fine. And he said he never even heard that song, but he heard it in the back of his eardrum somewhere in a bar or in a restaurant, and then he copied it years later. I don't want to do that. But anyways, yeah, I think there's a lot of BS to that. Whoa, Annette Harvey, thank you so much. What's my take on the Palms? The Palms is probably going to be sold to somebody else and not open again. I know maybe, Susan, you've been asking me to make that video. Maybe I'll cover that tomorrow. Maybe if I can get my damn lazy bones out of bed, or that is go to bed before 1:30 in the morning. I can get up before 7 o'clock because usually I go to bed at 1:30 or 2 and I get up at 7 o'clock. But yeah, that would be something we can talk about with the Palms. It is a Vegas Ask Me Anything. Let me keep it topical. Laser beams. Pew, pew. Maybe I will not veer off into like Never Neverland, like Metallica, off to Never Neverland. So yeah, we can ask a question. The LA mayor is threatening water and power shutoffs for gatherings now since the party the other night didn't end well. You know, guys, in terms of the politics stuff, I have to dial it back 10 notches. I don't want to get too over myself. Jerry 101, getting to know Jerry is class 101. Are the shows opening up anytime soon, Jerry? Probably not. We have to get to probably under 10% of positive cases tested being positive. We have to do that. Palm Sticks was sold, probably demolished. Brian, they're not going to be demolished. You don't demolish that much real estate in one fell swoop. But there is a chance that they will be sold. Maybe, possibly, maybe, who knows. But nobody has any money right now. Locals hotels are very hard to operate because you need to know the pulse of the locals. You know what I mean? Making cocktails out of Dasani and ice. It's called, I'll take a water on the rocks, neat. Okay, sir, what else? That's what I said. I'm not much of a drinker. Steven, try not to get bleach on this shirt. Paul, my man, I will not get bleach on the shirt. You know, somebody once said, no story ever ends well with, so I'm at the bar at 2 in the morning. But no story ever ends well with, so I'm at the Walmart at 3 o'clock on a Sunday. Yeah, I went into a Walmart store in my last shirt. I pick up a bottle of bleach. Somebody opened it. You know how you open the bleach up and then there's a seal you have to pull off to make it sealed shut? Some person, I don't want to say idiot, but what kind of idiot opens up and takes the seal off? There was no seal on the bleach. I looked at it. It wasn't like, oh, it accidentally came off. It was missing. And I got bleach on my old shirt. I'm still going to wear the old shirt, Paul. I like the old shirt. You didn't have to do this for me, man. You're too nice. That's too nice. If you guys don't know, I have a P.O. box in all the descriptions of my videos in case you guys want to send me a little something. But you don't have to. You're not obligated to. Don't ever ask you guys to. When is the first Raider game? Gosh, there's no preseason. So Raiders schedule. I think they play. Who they play? They want to say they play the Charlotte or something like that. Yeah, they play the Carolina Panthers. Charlotte. What the hell? What kind of football fan am I? They play on September 13th at 10 a.m. in Carolina, so it's not even here. So, you know, their inaugural game here is going to be on the 27th against the Brady-less Patriots, who ironically now have Cam Newton, who's the quarterback, the ex-quarterback of the Carolina Panthers. So we do have that going on. Martin says, you do what you have to do, baby cakes. You do what you got to do, baby cakes. It's people's choice not to support you or to support you, not to constantly judge what you do. Yeah, but you don't want to polarize people. I'm going to let the politicians polarize people. They're real good at that. Bleach will do the darndest things to your colored fabrics. Oh, within a few seconds, this thing was bright white. I'm like, oh, good. Now I have a tie-dyed New York Rangers shirt. One of a kind, truly. My God. Eric, can I do tie-dyed masks? You know, I should ask my friend Sean Slack. He makes tie-dyed materials. Oh, man. Boom. Okay. Note to self, like Norm Macdonald used to do. Note to self. Email Sean Slack about getting his tie-dye materials. I can buy some from him. Martin D says, hi, Martin A. Oh, I love it. Where's the LV mayor at? She's hiding under a pile of coats in the back room going, help! I've fallen in my own mouth, and my own big mouth, and I can't get out. How tall am I? I'm 5'9". How tall are you, Jay? Hi, Eric Castillo. I just sent you a FB message. Okay. I'll give you $1 for the Tropicana and $2 for the Palms. I won't take less than $5. And I'd slam my hand, but you would hear it really loud. Hope you're doing well. I wish I could stay longer, but hospital rules. Debbie Franz, do you mean like the hospital rules? It rules! Or do you mean hospital rules? I hope you're not in the hospital, Debbie. I'm not joking. I know you're going through some health things you mentioned, but I hope you're okay. I hope you have strength, because the hospital does not rule like as in the 80s good stuff. It sucks. Steve, replace Caroline Goodman with Caroline Campbell. Yes, I've seen this before, Steve D, but trust me, she would go on Anderson Cooper and tear him a you-know-what, and everybody would say she's a bully, but she's not. My wife is just an excellent litigator. Trust me. Parker Lewis can't lose. Note to self. Was that Parker Lewis? I thought it was Norm Macdonald. Norm Macdonald also had a tape recorder. I guess he was channeling him some Parker Lewis can't lose. One of the best TV shows on Fox when all Fox had was Married with Children and The Simpsons, don't you know? Debbie Franz, everybody do me a favor, guys. Say be well to Debbie. Can you do that in the chat right now? I'm asking you this. I'm not going to talk anymore until everybody says be well, Debbie. Say be well, Debbie. I want to see it in 3, 2, 1. I'm going to type it myself. Do it. Say it. Say be well, Debbie. There you go. We got some be well, Debbie. Guys, I want Debbie to get really well. She's a huge, awesome supporter. She's a super bright spirit, and she deserves to be well. And you guys are awesome. And thank you guys for that. Look at that, Debbie. Everybody wants you to get well. You got to get out of that hospital, okay? Oh, my goodness. That is heartwarming. I'm smiling from ear to ear. Wow. Guys, thank you, guys. Oh, my goodness. That's nice. Ooh, that gives me the good feels. I got goosebumps. You can't see them because the camera's so far away. Wow. Okay, how much money will casinos lose now that Cirque du Soleil is bankrupt? That's a revenue stream for them. It's a revenue stream, but they're not going to lose any money once the shows start up. Cirque du Soleil will still be in Las Vegas. They're actually going to transfer most of their assets from all of their shows into Vegas. So Cirque du Soleil will simply not perform anywhere else. They're not going to perform in New York City or in Tokyo and have a traveling show. Obviously, we'll call it C19 du Soleil have had a traveling show. I hope Debbie saw all that. That would be great. Oh, she did see it. That's good. You guys know the power of prayer, right? They did this study. It's a real complicated, weird kind of esoteric study with an Israeli hospital ward where they had people in the modern day times say prayers for specific people that had a certain type of really bad disease 50 years ago. And then they had another group of those same patients from 50 years ago that weren't prayed for. And nobody knew who was praying for who. And at the end of the study, when they looked at things, they just randomized it. They saw the people that had modern day people praying for them, those people in the past had a higher recovery rate, if that makes sense to you. So prayer is a real strange thing. It's got the power of positive thinking. And they say that intuition is God talking to you and you should always listen. But I think that prayer is a communication signal that just goes out everywhere. Oh, man. Okay. Wow. God is good all the time, Tracy says. Very nice. Any idea when strip clubs will open up? Can we close the casinos and open the Spearmint Rhino? Yeah, I mean, that might be more profitable nowadays. Huh? I got Blackjack underneath me right here. He's just hanging out and chilling like a villain. Maybe he'll come to me later. Brian says there's too much buffering. Shouldn't be too much buffering on my end. Did I run over your tail, dude? Don't yell at me. You shouldn't sit underneath my chair. It has wheels on it. Steven, did you see the Anderson Cooper Sisolak interview last night? I didn't participate in that, Steve. I know you sent it to me on Facebook. I knew what it would be. It would be a bunch of political bickering about mail-in ballots. And you know what, to be quite frank with you, I don't want to get into that stuff. All I know is that we're going to have a real strange November. It's a long November, as the Counting Crows once said. You shouldn't be buffering, by the way, because I am actually broadcasting right now at a staggering 8.7 megabits per second, which is well over what YouTube recommends. So if you're buffering, I recommend you refresh. Maybe you're in a small dead zone for your 4G signal, or maybe you're you're not going anywhere. There you go. Maybe your household is using a lot of your internet connection. Other people. Free drinks on the casino floors. Yeah, you can get free drinks on the casino floors. Oh my gosh, you don't like the bright lights, so I'm going to stare at New York, New York, and headbutt your brand new hat and claw your shirt. Stop clawing my shirt, dude. I'm serious. Hey. I'll hold your paws, okay? That's fine. You mean a long December. Yeah, it was a long December. And there's reason to believe maybe next year will be better than the last. But I said long November, didn't I? I'm drinking just regular water, my friend. Just regular water. I don't think I have any wit about me. I like to think I'm a witty guy, but I don't have much wit about me when I drink alcohol. So, okay, yeah, you want to go. Okay, don't claw my shirt, please. Woo, cat was heavy and hot. He loves food, and that's what he's kind of gunning for right now. Although when we got home just a few minutes ago, he actually ate and ate and ate. Albert Alvarado says, gracias for all you do, Steve. My kiddo, Michaela, and I are watching your stream. Well, shouts out to your kiddo, Michaela, and shouts out to you, Albert. Thank you so much for your support. My goodness, this is a bonanza night tonight. Bombastic bananas. Oh, my God, Debbie. Debbie, you don't have to do that. Thank you, Debbie. That is really, really nice of you, Debbie. That is very sweet of you, guys. Wow. Guys, Kaibo. Steve, if I send you FB friend request, will you accept it? Hello from Manitoba. I might, Kai. I have the least. You can always message me on Facebook. Here's the thing. I don't have an active Facebook aside from the group. That's the only thing I do is post on the group. The only thing I ever do is post on that group because whatever you do on Facebook, get away from my feet. Hold on, guys. I'm having some drama with this cat. You gotta go, buddy. You gotta go. He's really clawing my feet. Cats are wonderful when they're not, except for when they're not, which is most of the time, but we love them anyways. Debbie Franz, feel better, yeah. And I just don't talk about anything on Facebook. I don't repost memes. I don't shoot images. I don't do politics. I don't do anything. I look at my memories once in a while and say, wow, am I ever fat now compared to what I was 5 years ago when I tracked my food? Oh, my God. Yeah, he's just... Stop. And the problem is, I'm going to run him over one of these days with my wheel, and I don't want to do that because I love him very much. Atlanta is in the house. Cool. Greetings from the east side. You forgot to put east side, ugly old fat man. I know where you're at. Unless you move to the west side. I hate Facebook. I don't use it. I have it for business, but that's it. Goicher, I used to use it, and I got myself banned off Facebook for a week once. Elizabeth Lopez, you just go to Facebook and you type in Not Leaving Las Vegas group, and it'll be the group with my channel logo on it, and you'll see it right there. Circa opens October 28th. They're taking reservations September 28th, and I got to check my email. And I had Sir Richard Wilk. I've knighted him Vegas royalty because he's so nice to you guys in the channel. And that's very nice. And he said I will be able to be in there, I guess, or I'll be able to be down there at midnight when they open on the 28th. So that'll be nice. I'm looking forward to it. You can't win on Facebook. So here's what happened. I got banned off Facebook for a week. It was when we were talking football, and I was talking smack about football. And somebody reported my profile as being a fake profile. And no, we weren't talking smack about protesting and kneeling. It was about football. It was about your team sucks and my team's better. So somebody said I had a fake profile. I got locked out of my Facebook, and I couldn't get back in because they ask you to choose, like, oh, what's this avatar? And it's a picture of, like, a dog. I'm like, I don't know if it's this guy or that gal. And then I had to send, like some kind of I almost said the N-word. Some kind of German from the past that was really bad soldier saying, show me your papers. I had to upload my driver's license to prove that I was who I said I was. And that's when I said, okay, I'm done posting on regular Facebook. And I kept the account to text my family in the Philippines because they get Facebook for free over there. But other than that, I just started the group and it's doing okay. So, Sir Richard Wilk, if you guys ever see him all around, tell him we've knighted him Las Vegas royalty here on the channel, and I do christen the Sir Richard Wilk, although that would presuppose that I'm the king of Vegas, which I'm totally not. Ask me a Vegas question, guys, because only kings can knight people. Steven, do you think the smaller entertainment venues will survive the closure? Every time I was in Vegas, I really loved seeing the smaller shows like Tape Face, Matt Franco, etc. Tape Face, okay, I'm gonna hold you right there, Donna. Tape Face, not a smaller show, very in demand show. Very in demand show. So big, so much so that he made a second Tape Face guy that wasn't really him, and people got really upset because they thought they were getting ripped off because they wanted to see him, but he wanted to franchise his name. But yeah, it's a smaller theater. I guess that's what you're saying, smaller venue. I think the smaller venues will survive, and the reason being is that maybe the smaller acts don't survive, but they still exist, okay? So they still exist. The venues aren't going away. They might have new entertainment in there, but they're not going away. Do I check my Patreon messages? I do every so often, occasionally, and I'm going to do it now because you said that, because I feel guilty. I am late. Don't be getting notifications. Screw YouTube. Yeah, but guess what? If you're in the group, you'll get the notification because I nail it up on that wall in the group. This is from 8-5 Irving. He says... Oh, okay, look at that. Irwing is going to be doing something that I can't talk about. I got your messages in front of me, Mr. Jackson. I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. Whoo, I am for real. Oh, I'm singing again. I can't wait to be there in 3 weeks. New Hampshire rideshare guy says, you got to meet up with Mr. Uber, and you guys can have a duel like in old Star Trek times when Spock had to fight Captain Kirk, and you'll duel with those big weapons and stuff for the supremacy. It would be West versus East rideshare supremacy. Do some rap, Steve. I can't rap very well, Albert. And by the way, I'm going to have people in the comments going, your live streams suck. It's just you reading comments. I'm like, dude, I'm just in front of a green screen answering questions about Las Vegas. You didn't pay a penny. You don't have to do anything about this. You don't even have to be here. Stop. Steven, tell us about the rich people leaving California. What's the scoop you were going to share? Well, I don't have to tell you about that now, and that wasn't my scoop. I have some stuff I'm going about for some things. I have some theories about what's happening with some stuff. But I haven't watched the video. Are the rich people leaving? The rich people have been leaving California for the last 3 years. There's no surprise here. It's not a new thing. It's not breaking news. The rich people are leaving. As a matter of fact, a study showed a while back that the net migration to California is actually a negative. Net migration California. And it's been negative for a while. The net migration, meaning that there's more people leaving than there is coming up. Every year since 2014. I actually said this in my stream maybe a week or two ago. Every year since 2014, net migration has fallen. California's population did still increase in 2018 by 160,000 people, largely due to 480,000 births in the state. Every year since 2011, the net domestic migration has been negative. So since 2011, people have been moving away from California. Now, whether or not they're moving away because of taxes, because of overly oppressive policies in some areas. For example, okay, San Francisco is a beautiful city, but they have a housing crisis. And they have a housing crisis because they have a very, very climate-focused council on the cities up there that don't allow them to build things. So if the builders were able to build, they'd be able to solve some of the housing crisis. They just don't have any places to live. That's an example. Another example is the farmers in Southern California that can't get water for their crops because there's a certain type of fish that they have to protect the species of because it's endangered. So these little fish takes precedence over the human beings, so the farmers don't get the water for their crops. Those are reasons why people would leave California. It's not always about the money trail, because if millionaires want to live in California, they'll live in California. Millionaire doesn't care. They'll just pay their taxes. They'll write the check to the tax man, or they'll form an LLC and they'll get their own kind of situation going on where they don't have to pay hardly any taxes. You know, the taxes are levied on the poor people, not on the rich. I don't know if you guys know that, but that's the way it is. But net migration has been decreasing for almost a decade in California. Ernie Rivas, I never know how to say that, Ernie. He's a California transplant. San Fran is a small 7x7 square mile peninsula. There isn't any more land, but there's land in that area. I guess I should have said Northern California. Oh my God, Oaktown girl, the ignorance I'm spouting. I must not know anything about anything. Somebody want to get rid of Oaktown girl for me, please. Actually, it's very true what I said. they have a lot of different reasons why people leave California. But if somebody wants to get rid of Oaktown Girl, who's just a troll, that would be great. Wonder what channel sent Oaktown Girl to come and troll me. Or if it's just a puppet account from another YouTube channel, because I know those exist too. Puppet accounts are where you make a fake account. Oh, no, I just want her gone. Don't time her out for 300 seconds. Just kick her out, boot her. She's a troll. She's going to keep trolling me after 5 minutes. Steven, look at the Resorts World floor plan on their website. It's got a beautiful looking floor plan. It looks interesting. When will face masks become sexy? Well, these are sexy face masks. Thank you, Albert. I appreciate it. These are sexy face masks. These are really nice. My wife makes them. I guess I've seen clear ones, which I don't understand. If you want to check out the masks, you go to vegasfacemask.com. Let's see. I don't know how to boot her. Tamara, don't worry about it. It's already been done and finished, and it's over now. And that's a suggestion from somebody watching. Mr. Steve D said, don't concentrate on the trolls. Call them out for being one and ask what channel sent them or if they're a sock puppet. Real question, like serious question. Shake Shack or In-N-Out? In-N-Out every day, any day. I love it. I love me some Shake Shack. It's the best. No, wait, In-N-Out. It's the best thing in the world. The double with onions, fries lightly well, and Neapolitan shake is $9.20. Jock699, I'm just getting more people in the chats, which is a positive thing. It means YouTube is spreading it more because you guys haven't liked this video enough. Please, can I get some likes? Can I get to 250 likes? But it means that the channel is spreading out there, and it just means that people are worried about my growth, and my growth is my growth, and I appreciate you guys being with me on this growing process. Why does Vegas allow people to live in tunnels like rats? It's shameful. I don't think they're allowing it. I mean, they try to stem that problem, but what do? We have too many homeless folks in Las Vegas, for example, and it sucks. I had theories. What do? I mean, public-private partnerships seem to work better than the government just throwing money at things. But they don't allow them to live in those tunnels. But you can't really get rid of them because once you clean the tunnels out, they just show up a week later. You know what I mean? The clear see-through masks are helping those who are hard of hearing and read lips. This is true, Debbie. I've heard that as well. Where are the best milkshakes in Vegas? I don't know. I mean, my milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. I don't know that song. I was going to try to be clever, but I mean, I do like the milkshakes over at Wendy's. No, I'm just kidding. Those are not real milkshakes. I do like the milkshakes over at In-N-Out. That's my best experience with them. I've not had many milkshakes in other places. I'm not a milkshake guy where I'm like, give me your milkshake. Why did I sound like Harrison Ford? Get off my plane. 50,000 subscribers next goal. Sugar Factory. Okay, so we get some Sugar Factory votes for milkshakes. Some homeless people don't want to help either. They just want to be left alone. So from what I've read from different studies, there's several different levels of homelessness. There's temporarily homeless that are just in transition because they lost their place, like my wife and I almost did. Gregory Nemisek, Steven, what does Vegas look like 8, 10, or 12 months from now? I hope 2021 Vegas returns the Vegas we know and love. I think in a time frame, 8, 10, 12 months from now, I think by the time the year gets into the new year, like tomorrow I have to make a redaction, and I have to say that I was wrong. The SEMA show has been canceled today officially. I think within 8 months, the conventions start coming back to town. I think within 8 months, our economy starts to level out. It just really depends on what happens. People are going to be nervous until the election. It doesn't matter. It didn't matter if there was a C-19 crisis. It just matters that people are always nervous in an election year. So people are going to be nervous until November. That's the way business always goes, okay? Major construction projects usually don't start right before a presidential election, no matter who's running. And then I think 8 months from now, the conventions come back. I think, 12 months from now, we're pretty much back to where shows are operational. I don't know if nightclubs will make the resounding comeback. I think next year we'll have people in sporting events. I hope. I really hope so. In-N-Out shakes made with real milk products. This is true. Janet's breaking out the old line that Vegas will be the Detroit of, but that's not true either. You see, Detroit fell for a number of reasons, and I'm not smart enough to talk about Detroit, but I will tell you, anti-competitive, and not anti-competitive, but hyper-competitive Japanese car manufacturers, large union deals with large amounts of money. I'm not against unions. I'm not against unions, okay? It's just that when you have people working under the same ecosystem as 25, 35, 45 years ago for their pensions, it doesn't work in the new economy that we have. So people getting paid large pensions based on what was relevant 40 years ago didn't help. And what else did you have in the case of Detroit? Well, you know why the automobile industry had so much trouble, right? I mean, this is a Vegas chat, but you guys want to hear about the automobile industry? Jean-Bernard Quillon is back. Hi, Steve. Flights from Europe are still not authorized. I have planned to come in October, I am afraid. Well, John Bernard, you might have to catch a freighter. I once read, I'm not suggesting you do this, I'm joking. I once read a thing I was on, I think Vice or Vox or something like that. See, I read both sides of the media, everybody. I was reading an article where a lady took a cargo ship, a freighter, a cargo ship that carries those big cargo containers. She took it from Germany all the way to east coast of Canada, and then she drove all the way to Vancouver, Canada, or she took a train. So I guess technically if you want to come to the United States, you could probably hop a cargo ship. I don't know that that's an optimal way to travel. In her article, it made it sound like it wasn't as bad and that people do it all the time. I don't know what to tell you about the flights, man. I want people from Europe to come back as well as anybody, but I want people to be safe as well as anybody, so it's really a catch-22. But if you guys want to know what I was talking about before, I don't recall. What was I talking about before? Oh, the reason why the automobile industry is so bad and why Detroit is messed up like it is. You can, just give me a yes if you want to hear that in the comments, but we're a Vegas chat, so we might not want to hear those things. I had a Popeye's classic chicken sandwich. It was good. They are pretty good. I like the sriracha ones, Nick. Those are good. Yes. Okay. So the reason why Vegas and Detroit probably won't be like each other, the way the automobile industry, and there's actually a book by Simon Sinek called Start With Why or something like that. And he wrote about how you can make a product. You can say, here, look, what do we got here? It's a GoPro Hero 3 Plus. Best GoPro ever. By the way, it's on sale for 50% off if you buy today. Eventually, you make enough of these gadgets, and you keep doing that same profit model, and people don't buy because of the product. Now, people will buy this brand of camera because the product is the brand. They love Panasonic cameras. They're Panasonic fanboys. I will buy practically anything with a Samsung logo on it because I love the product. And Samsung, when they make a phone, they make it because they want to make a fantastic product. Apple does the same thing. The automobile industry, they just worked off discounts and off financing. And they just, General Motors, for example, they lost money on almost every car they sold for the last 15 years before the crash. So when you get to a point where you sell on price alone and the price alone doesn't motivate anybody anymore, you run out of reasons for people to buy your products. That's why Apple survived the economic crisis. That's why Steve Wynn's resorts survived the economic crisis. They didn't sell people on price alone. They sold people on the reason that they made their products or their services so fantastic. Okay, so going back to Detroit versus Las Vegas, right? So this is a Vegas chat. So shut up and talk about Vegas. Yeah, I get that. So going back to all that, why did people come to Las Vegas? They come to Vegas because it represents something to them and it represents something to the world, and Vegas stands for something. Detroit was an automobile manufacturing powerhouse until Toyota came along and started just clobbering the hell out of them and importing cars from Japan. Now, Toyota makes cars in Texas. They used to make trucks, cars and trucks. They make light trucks and heavy trucks in the United States. But Detroit didn't play the game where they restructure and refinance and redo everything. Vegas does play that game. Vegas does get to the point where it says, oh, we need to get rid of the parking fees. We get rid of those. Oh, we got to do this to bring the people back. We're going to do that. Vegas is also more attuned to its visitors base, I think. You know, Lee Iacocca refused to change automobiles when Toyota was making better cars. He said, Americans don't want that. We're going to tell them what they want. Vegas doesn't tell you what you want. It kind of goes with what you want. When the first successful kind of residency show were out here, and you had Jennifer Lopez, Britney Spears, those were hits. So what did they do? They built more. Caesars Entertainment had Celine Dion, so MGM brought in and built the entire Park Theater so they could have Bruno Mars and Lady Gaga come in there. So Vegas is always attuned to what you want. You just kind of speak with your dollars, and if you don't want resort fees, you would speak with your dollars and you'd end up somewhere else. I hope that makes sense to you guys. Oh my God, I just talked for way too long. So, slam dunk, absolutely. +1 is a great phone, yep. Las Vegas is a tourist powerhouse for sure. Vegas is Disneyland for adults. That's true. Let's see here. We got the price is the last thing that should be given. Absolutely. So yeah, you can't start off with saying, now if you buy this truck, it's a $5,000 cashback same-day discount. No, you should be like Tesla. I know a lot of you folks, some of you folks, a few of you folks, don't like Elon Musk very much. But I'll tell you this right now. He makes those vehicles because he set out to change the world, and it reflects in the vehicles that he makes, doesn't it? Gosh, does it ever reflect on the vehicles that he makes? And Vegas goes out to change the entertainment dynamic of the world. And oh my gosh, does it ever reflect when we build the Bellagio fountains? Now there's fountains and water features in major tourist areas across the world. Hotels in Manila and Dubai try to copy it, but there's only one Las Vegas. Vegas says we're going to build the world's biggest blankety blank. We're going to put all these themed hotels on the Strip, and they do it, and it resonates once, and they keep doing it, and they amp it up to a level, and that's what Vegas does. That's what Vegas does. But you know what? We got an offer right here. It's a world-class getaway right at home from the Wynn. And it says that we can get room rates, only $125 Monday through Thursday, $145 Friday through Saturday. Thank you, Robert. Greetings from the Kraken capital of America, Seattle. Go Kraken, go. Kraken. That's the name of the hockey team, everybody, up in Seattle when they start playing in October of 2021. Room rates for $145. We've considered doing this so I could review the room over at the Wynn, but I still don't like that price for locals. I think that's a little bit redunculous. What do you think? When I first heard about the Tesla, I thought Nikolai came back to life. Oh, poor Nikolai Tesla. Died a pauper, died broke. Sold most of his patents out to Thomas Edison, and Thomas Edison and him had a rivalry. It's totally worth you guys reading about that. Seattle is a beautiful city, the Emerald City. It's the same color as the MGM Grand, don't you know? You're cracking me up. Go Sonics. Ask me a Vegas question, guys. That's the purview of this video. Ask and I shall answer you. Ricky Martin, did he have a residency in Las Vegas? I don't recall that. LV killed off so many perks, it's disgusting, J Media says. You know, but they have to, so they were catering to an affluent market, and that market didn't require the perks. Now they're going to have to cater down to a lesser affluent market, and that's meaning that people who come in with less than a $3,000 budget for a weekend market, which is most of us. And you know what? Vegas will have to go back to square one, but it'll survive. Would really like to see a big name magician get a show going. Any word on that happening, like Chris Angel or Copperfield? Well, they're both signed to contracts. There's no reason why Chris Angel won't come back. There's no reason why David Copperfield won't come back. I'm burping because I had Jollibee. It wasn't very great, and I was very disappointed by their. They have a big chicken sandwich, so sorry about my burping. I'm supposed to go see Reba in October at Caesars. Should I cancel? No, you shouldn't cancel. You should wait until they cancel you, and then they will reimburse you. You will get your money back. But keep the faith. October is 2 months from now. Maybe things will change. Steve, is the Rio opening soon or still no word? Somebody randomly said, I know things and I know people, and it's October for the Rio. But until I hear anything, I won't tell you guys in a video officially. But I heard October. It's certainly not a triage hospital. That rumor is ridiculous. I think that actually breaks from what I've been told by somebody that I asked that kind of knows about stuff. That breaks the rules of what the Rio is actually made for. It breaks the lease that they have with the company that owns the property. Do you think downtown will ever get rid of the abandoned motels? I think gentrification is what happens downtown. If you don't know the term, I learned it when I watched Boys in the Hood. Yeah, it's where I think it's Lawrence Fishburne is explaining to the two younger kids. He says, gentrification, gentlemen, it's where they fix up the area and kick us out. You know, so that's where you have like Zappos comes into downtown Las Vegas and they say, ooh, we pay a lot of taxes. We don't want all these homeless people here. So the city comes in and moves them, and then all the land values go up. I think that'll happen with some of those old hotels, I think. What did Michael Bryant say that was so bad? He said, Michael Bryant, we don't tolerate anti-LGBTQ stuff. When I was a kid, when I was 12, I threw that word around like an idiot. I didn't know any better. I've never been to Carson's in downtown, Golf Hotel. Has anybody been to Carson's in downtown? Love Seattle, but in trouble now. J Media says, Zappos CEO for mayor. Was that Tony something or other? I don't know. Not the best businessman. You know, the reason he sold out to Amazon wasn't because he wanted to. It was because the stock market crashed and he lost all of his operating capital, and Jeff Bezos swooped in and did some vulture capitalism and said, here's what I'm going to pay you or else you go to business in 3 weeks. So it's not his fault that happened, but he should have seen that coming and have some cash on hand. But he was working off of investors in Wall Street back in 2008, 2009. Finding space at a table game is tough, especially on the weekends. Pretty much 3 players only at blackjacks. Yeah, but I mean, to the plus, there's people here in Las Vegas. I guess, you know, maybe they should do some kind of a deal where you can make a reservation at a game and they can text you. Is the Sun Coast still open? Yes, it should be open. I don't see why it wouldn't be. We haven't been out to Summerlin in a while. Well, that's not true. We went out to Red Rock a couple of nights ago to eat at the Blue Ribbon, which was a nice restaurant. They have very good fried chicken there, but it's not cheap. It's very expensive, and that's one of the things about going to locals hotels. They can be very expensive when their name is Red Rock. Victimville to Las Vegas. Victorville to Las Vegas train. People in LA won't use it. Let's talk about the train. If I got to drive to Victorville, I might as well keep driving to Vegas and have my car to drive around. Well, okay. So Victorville, let's see what the drive is, because I don't know it. Victorville to... I can't type, man. I'm telling you. Oh, Robert Boyd, for having seen Boys in the Hood. I tried to make it a point to watch all of those important movies in the past. Thank you so much, Robert Boyd. Yes, I saw Boys in the Hood. I watched a lot of old movies like that to try to get an idea, because here's the thing, man. I grew up in Canada. I'm a white kid from Canada. Like, I don't know. That movie was I researched. I said, is Boys in the Hood accurate? And evidently it was incredibly accurate to the time. And I thought, well, I can't walk a mile in anybody's shoes like that, but maybe I should go see what the background of some of these folks are so I can have a better understanding of people when they say the things. And this was years ago. This was years and years, probably 5-6 years ago that I decided to watch that movie. Victorville to Las Vegas is 2 hours and 48 minutes. 2 hours and 48 minutes. Why would I drive from LA to Victorville? Well, okay, because it's 2 hours and 48 minutes to go from Victorville to Vegas, but this train will get you there in an hour. So you actually save 2 hours. You don't have to fight the traffic on the 15 and coming back. You're going to save even more time, because sometimes the 15 coming back after the weekend, you can sit on the 15 for an hour and a half just to get outside of Las Vegas to the state line in Prim. So it can be a big boon in a lot of people's eyes to just do that kind of stuff. 90 minutes. I've read an hour. Maybe it's 90 minutes. But even if it is 90 minutes, you're still saving some time, I guess. An hour and a half versus 2 hours and 48 minutes. And that's a conservative one. That's right now. Google gives you traffic for right now. Right now it's 9:15 at night on a Wednesday, right? Is it a Wednesday? Lose track of my days. Yeah, it's a Wednesday. What's it going to be like at, 7:50 at night on a Friday? I wonder what that trip is like. I could always do that, but then I'd be not paying attention to my chat. Irving says, Jollibee sucks. Nah. The gravy is great. The fries are great. My fries were cold. I went back and complained about the fries nicely, and they gave me 2 fries, which was nice. And I tried to buy gravy, and the lady didn't know what I was, ordering. And I said, gravy, please. And she said, okay. And she didn't ring it up. So they gave me the gravy. The manager fixed everything. He was really nice. His name was Miguel. Of course it was Miguel, for Filipino reasons. I'm married to a Filipino person. It's a very common name. It's like the name Joe in this country, so of course there's name Joe. But anyways, they were okay. But this chicken sandwich that they have, the lettuce was wilted, the tomato was real thin. It was better when they first launched the chicken sandwich. Sorry, I'm going to Vegas August 29th to the 24th to the 29th. Should I be okay? I don't know. You're going to have a good time. You have a good time. I'm pretty sure you'll be okay, James. I don't think that you'd have any problems with that. You can't get good French fries anymore. Oh, no, that's not true. The Blue Ribbon out at Red Rock has the best fries. Oh, my God, they're so good. They put like this garlic salt, and oh, it's so great, man. It's the best fries ever. Gravy is a Canada thing, Dave. So, Dave, you know how in Canada you get free refills on your soda? Yeah, in the Philippines, you get free refills on your gravy. So you tell me where gravy is more popular. Yeah, actually, my godson, Christian, I was talking about free soda refills, and you guys in Canada call that pop. And I said knucklehead on my stream, and somebody got mad at me and said I was being like, I don't know, racist or something. Mind blown. I'm like, I think it's a funny term. I like the term. I didn't call you a hoser, at least. And I was telling him about free sodas or pop refills, And I know they call pop in some parts of the United States too. Is it soda or pop where you are? But anyways, he says, yeah, but he takes a picture and they have free gravy refills. All right. Moving on, our first Jollibee's is about to open in San Antonio, Jamie says. Well, man, you're going to like it. Get the gravy. Sometimes I'll come home. I'll buy just the gravy at the drive-thru. So I bring it home and I use it on things at the house. That's how good their gravy is. Steven, I know you are a photographer, Steven. Any good photography hotspots you can think of? In Las Vegas? Yeah, I mean, if you go to the forum shops, at Caesar's Palace, the new Forum Shops, where it's 4 levels up, and you go right out to where the Planet Hollywood restaurant is. You get some amazing shots looking straight down on that area. I've taken some on my blog in the past. I showed them on this live stream in the past. That's a fantastic place for photos. Pretty much anywhere in the Forum Shops is actually great. If you have a tripod, you go early in the morning. But if you want to get some good time lapse with people going through and you stop up your camera, you can actually stop down your camera. Sorry, you can actually get some good ones, or use a neutral density filter. The fountains in there are really nice too. If you're going to take pictures from the Bellagio of the fountains, I suggest you take them out from the highest point you can get, so you're kind of coming out of the exit way of the Bellagio, looking across the street at the Paris. If you go to the Luxor is a great spot in front of the Luxor. The Mandalay Bay has a lot of really good stuff in front of it that you should definitely check out. The Las Vegas sign, Little Church of the West, those are all really good spots for photos. And if you go downtown and it's not dark and you go into some of the alleys in the back, some amazing contrasts you'll see between glitzy, glamoury Las Vegas and glamoury. That's not a word. It's a word now, dang it. Glitzy, glamoury Las Vegas. And you'll see the contrast between that and what's in the back. And I like those contrasting shots. You're not going to do good black and white photography in Vegas. It's always way too bright out unless you get a cloudy day. And that's just the way it is. Cloudy days are much better for photography, just so you guys know, when it's black and whites. Okay. The train is a good idea to get it, to let it wreck happened and see how long you sit in that traffic. Oh yeah, I mean, if you hit a traffic jam, the train is a done deal. It's fast. It's boom, boom. We had a gas station where I grew up that sold Sody Pop. No joke. That was the name of the company. Soda Pop. All right, cool. What is Circa doing with 21 over only casinos? Any updates? Circa's 21 and older. Sorry, folks. A lot of people don't think you should bring kids to Vegas. I happen to be one of them. Kids in Vegas see a lot of inappropriate stuff. You got to explain the birds and your bees, but we all know the kids are getting on those adult websites when they're as young as 8 years old. 8 years old. God, I'm so glad I don't have kids. That sucks for them because their brains get rewired to a certain way. It's not good, guys. That adult material is not good for men. You probably don't believe me. Trust me. Not recently, many times. So what's the cheap hot dog on the strip we keep hearing about? I don't know. I mean, there's hot doggery. I don't think that's cheap down there. I don't know. There's probably Yellow Productions, or you got All You Can Eat Vegas that tells you that kind of stuff. Too many good food choices in Las Vegas do not go to Jollibee. Well, Sherry, it's kind of like saying, I would say the same thing about too many good food choices don't go to White Castle. And a lot of you are going to be upset when I say that, but hear me out on this. Some people will come to Las Vegas because White Castle isn't in their hometown and they've only ever had the microwavable sliders. And some people will go to Vegas and go to Jollibee because they've heard so much about it and they want to satisfy their curiosity. And if you go to Jollibee, you can go off the strip to Maryland Parkway, go during the day, not during the night, and you can see some amazing things. There's some amazing stores. There's a full wet market at the Seafood City inside where the fish are all inside on ice, and you can see some of the most craziest fish you've never seen before. A full-on American-sized grocery store owned by Filipinos. And you can also go over to Max's Fried Chicken, one of the best chicken places on the planet Earth. It's not like American Fried Chicken. And you can see some of Las Vegas. You can go check out a Las Vegas public library if you go off the strip. You can go see what the famous 99-cent only stores, only available in California and Nevada, are like. There's a lot of good reasons to go off the strip. Jollibee is being one of them if you have never been there. Oh man, I'm out of water. And you want to whet your curiosity. You want to whet your curiosity, son. Good morning. Good evening, Steven. Wanted to ask you about the Knight's Mask. Yeah, so I can't sell these, Melanie. Somebody was saying that I was faking them and making them in the Philippines and selling them. Well, first of all, I don't sell these. This is a one-off custom made. No, well, it's actually 11 off custom made. It was sent out to somebody who, where's my Knights? They're over here. Go Knights, go. And we did it for charity. They bought the materials and we got the materials. We got them from eBay. And somebody was real mad at me, who was in my chat, saying that I was faking them. No, these are made by my wife, and I got real defensive and I acted like kind of a jerk. Harold and Kumar Goes to White Castle wouldn't lie to us. No slam dunk. No, movies never lie, because this one time a Death Star blew up the planet of Princess Leia, and then there was a big battle, and that really happened. Can you still find $10 steak on the Strip? I think you can go just a little off the Strip to Silver Sevens. It used to be the Terribles Casino, and I think you can go down there and get $10 steak, if I'm not mistaken. It might be $14.95 now. You can also go over to get prime rib, I believe, at Ellis Island, which is just off the Strip as well. His wife makes them by hand. She works hard on them. This is true, Darren. Rolling Smoke Barbecue is also a great place to eat here in Vegas, for sure. Vegas blank, real or fake? Oh, Travis, I don't want to talk about that. Too many people were hurt. Doesn't matter if it was real or if it was staged by somebody. A lot of people lost their lives, so out of respect for them, I'm not going to talk about that stuff. And T. Henderson says White Castle is no good. That's okay. I hope that another moderator let it go. There you go. Jollibee is located in Rancho Cucamonga in Anaheim. Might be other locations. Yeah, we have several of them out here. There's a couple of them. And Chick-fil-A is opening frickin' everywhere as well. I mean, there's one on the Strip. Hey, I saw Vader on the Strip last Friday. He seems to like it there. Oh, my God. I knew a guy, a street performer in Vegas. Do you guys want to hear what he did? He got kicked out of the country on immigration, but he was a friend of mine. I won't say his real name, but he was really smart. Give me to 300 likes, and I'll tell you what he did to stay cool in the summertime. He was a genius, that guy. RV camping in Vegas. You can go to the Oasis Park RV park, but if you want an RV park, don't do it in Vegas. What you might do is drive down south to Laughlin, drive over the border to Arizona, and then go down to the Davis Camp, where it's right by the Colorado River, and you're right across the street from Laughlin, and it's a beautiful little campsite. I don't like dry camping, and that's all we really have in Nevada. You could probably park. I know you can park your RV for sure down. Also, though, I lied to you just now. I'm such a liar. I'm so sorry. You can park your RV at the Hoover Dam as well if you want to get wet camping. You can do that as well. Barbary Coast is the Cromwell now. This is true, Mark. The Pink Taco was awesome at the Hard Rock. The Pink Taco is one of the ones that's stated to actually be reopening once they reopen the property as the Virgin Hotel, so you won't have to wait long. It's supposed to open in October. Sam's Town has a good RV park, yeah, but I mean, again, it's not camping per se. It's just a place to park, get your utility hookups, and empty your tanks and stuff like that. Like people, there are nearly 600 in the chat, and only half have liked the video. This is true as well. Smashburger has a promotion going for tomorrow for 2 for 1. We ate at Smashburger. It's a good thing they have that promotion. It's one of the more expensive burger places and franchises there. Steve Hart asks if there are buffets yet. Yes, there are. There's South Point, where you get food on a tray that you go up, and then you get as much as you want, and you bring it back to your table. There's Win, which is just a restaurant because you have to have somebody bring you the food at your seat. Must stay seated for only 2 hours. You're in there and you pay a lot of money. And then in terms of buffets, we also have the Cosmopolitan Wicked Spoon, which is a brunch. And then we also have, apparently this month opening up, the Bacchanal Buffet at Caesar's Palace. Let's see, we got 297 likes. Hoover Dam must be cool to visit. It's nice to visit there. Apparently the dam is not open for tours, from what I hear. And it's nice to visit. Cool. Not cool. It's hot, but you know what I meant. There you go. Well, Jim Kentris is a photographer friend of mine. You guys can ask him camera questions if you guys want to, because you were asking me that earlier. We got 304 likes. So my friend was Freddy Krueger on the Strip, and he was an actor from the UK, from the EU. He was Italian but born in Germany, and so he came over here on some other passport. It ran out. He stayed. He made the best Freddy Krueger mask and get up I've ever seen in my whole life. God, the guy was great. He was a theatrical entertainer. Like, he knew how to strike the pose like Freddy and then be statuesque, and then when people would come up to see if it was real, he would shout at them and scare them. And he just killed it with tips back in the day when it was still Vegas, like, you know, not now, but, you know, Vegas. And what he showed me one day he did was he would stand on this big hollowed out, looked like a barrel, but it wasn't a barrel. See, it was a giant thing made out of metal that he had decorated with styrofoam to make it look, and he painted it with airbrushes. And then he had a cooler, and he put dry ice in the cooler, and then he built a pump with tubes, and the tube would run up his leg because he was standing on the barrel all day long, and it had I'm doing it on my back. What a goof, huh? It had like a zigzag pattern, like a switchback pattern that would run all up and down his body, and it was super hot. He would flip on the dry ice that was in a cooler, and it would filter cold air all throughout his body. Isn't that smart? I mean, come on, that is super duper, like, that's like rocket science level smart, and I give him all the credit for that. So he stayed pretty cool, and he could be out there making tips while the other mascots were sweating their you-know-what's off. So there are more fat burgers in Las Vegas. There's a couple of them. There's one over on West Flamingo Road. I think that's the only other one that I know of right now. I think there's one in Henderson as well. But Fat Burger is everywhere. They have them up in different cities. When you go into Fat Burger on the strip here, they used to have a big mural wall painted with all the locations around the world on it. Does the casinos own or lease their slot machines? Casinos, I believe, do a combination of the two, but for the most part, I don't know the answer to that question. Lots of food topics on tonight's episode. Oh, we're promoting Bill and Lisa's foodie vlog episodes. Cool, Paul. I might start doing food myself, but who knows? The Iron Man suit, yeah, I don't think you could do that with the Iron Man suit. I don't know. I think some of those guys put fans in there. Yeah, but you know what? Who likes Wiener Schnitzel? Ugh, yeah, I won't eat there. I figure if there's ever a place where rats fall into the meat, it might be Wiener Schnitzel, but I can't prove it, so I don't want to be sued by them. But I just think of hot dogs and Wiener Schnitzel, and I go, just the name gets me. But you know what I do like? I do like kosher hot dogs, like, Hebrew nationals and stuff, because they're clean because of the Hebrew and the kosherness of it all. Hello, Steven. Great show tonight. Thank you guys so much. Yep. So let's see here. Yes, let's see here. We've gone food here. Yeah, we went totally food here in the chats. Best spicy chicken sandwich. I'd probably Popeyes. I've had the ones over at Chick-fil-A. They're okay too. Yes, do food vlogs. That would be fun. Yeah, I was thinking of some ideas. I could pit one against the other. That would be good. Fat Burger everywhere in the Vancouver area. They are meh for the price. The thing about these burger places, guys, is if you like your burger a little pink inside, they will not change the topic. I'm looking at Steve D. They will not change the way they cook their meats because they're afraid of lawsuits. So they have to cook them to the safe temperature of whatever it is, and that means they're always going to be the same doneness level. So if you're like me and you like your meat a little bit pink inside, you're just not going to get that experience at any of the big national burger chains. Is Peppermill good? Yeah, the food there is good. You might want to check it out for sure. We do have Canes, Eric. Canes, yeah, Raising Canes. They started here. So I don't know if Eric was talking to us. I think he was talking to somebody else. I think that started the food questions. That's okay, HD Anthony. That's a good thing. You guys are doing that. Okay, so yeah, I mean, Five Guys is pricey. That's a good thing they're doing 2 for 1 tomorrow. Yeah, we spent $40 at Five Guys for 2 people to have a milkshake and some burgers and some fries. I was not impressed by all that. But, it's expensive. The best deli, there's a place over on, I'm thinking, where is it? It's on East Flamingo or West Flamingo, I think. It's an Italian deli. It's really good. So, no, it's on Spring Mountain. It's in the middle of Chinatown. There's an Italian deli in there. It's the only one you'll ever find. Just drive west on Spring Mountain Road. You can't miss it. Can't miss it. Guys, it's been a blast, but we're coming up on an hour here, so I just want to go ahead and thank everybody for watching me tonight and say thanks to my level 1 local Las Vegans, as I call you guys, who are chatting and lurking and watching. Level 2s are the wrenches, the blue wrenches. Level 3s are Misty Engel, Susan Zalesko, Annette Harvey, Jerry 101, Martin Alvarez, Martin D, Albert Alvarado, Debbie Franz, get well soon, Debbie, Kai Bo, Gregory Nemisek, Jean-Bernard Keown, Robert Jimenez, and Robert Boyd. And boy, you guys have been super nice to me in the chat tonight, and I want to thank you and thank the mods for doing everything that they could to keep the chats clean and good. And I'll have a great night, and we'll be back with a video tomorrow talking about a bunch of stuff. We got a bunch of news items tomorrow, so tomorrow's video will be a good news video. I'll try to crank it out there, post it up around 11 or 12 in the morning. Now's the time of the video. I'm going to go get some rest and say 3, 2, 1, click. The problem is I don't actually know how to stop the stream now. It just says edit video, and I really don't know how to stop my stream. So until I find that out, I'm not doing anything right now, and I don't know how to stop the stream. This is absolutely crazy. Maybe if I click on edit, that'll do it. I'm clicking on edit and it's save. I don't know how to stop the live stream. This is really bizarro world for me, guys. They changed everything on me. So I guess I just have to stream indefinitely. Frankie says, hi, Steven. Thank you for the realtor info. We'll check it out. Have a good night. Yes, thank you, Frankie. And if you guys do check out Josh, make sure that you tell him that you guys came from me. I would like to see that. And I don't know how to stop my stream. They changed everything and there used to be a stop button. So I'm not really sure. So I'm going to say 3, 2, 1, click and exit out and then turn off my camera and we will see what happens. I don't know what's going to happen, but we're going to go 3, 2, 1, click. And I guess we're going to go 3, 2, 1 and kill the web browser. I'm going to kill my